What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with my reaction to the 2024 Grammy nominations. I, of course, did my nomination predictions last week. Now it's time to look at the nominees we did get. I'm going to go through all the big categories, talk about the shocks, the surprises, the snubs, and make sure you come back because when the Grammys are airing next year, I'll be doing my Grammy predictions and, of course, talking about the Grammy winners when that time comes. So make sure you subscribe. But yeah, let's get into these nominees. Not a whole lot of surprises at the top. With Album of the Year, it's more or less what we were thinking. We knew Taylor Swift, Midnight, SZA, SOS, Olivia Rodrigo, Guts, and then Miley Cyrus, Endless Summer Vacation. Very confident in those four getting in, and they did. Then following that, we had Lana Del Rey, which I also thought was pretty safe. Jon Batiste for World Music Radio. Boy Genius, the record. Also thought those were pretty safe. The last one for Album of the Year, Janelle Monáe's The Age of Pleasure. Janelle Monáe has been Grammy nominated before. I hadn't really considered this for Album of the Year just because the album was not quite as well received as her past work, but I'm a big fan of her, so I'm happy to see that one in there. Honestly, pretty solid Album of the Year field, I have to say. Song of the Year, Record of the Year, as we expect, a lot of overlap. The big three again is here. SZA's Kill Bill, Olivia Rodrigo's Vampire, Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero. Again, we expected that. Miley Cyrus's Flowers as well. That was kind of the big four for these two categories. They're in there for both. Then from there we have Jon Batiste has two songs in these two categories. Boy Genius are in here. Billie Eilish, unsurprisingly, What Was I Made For, nominated in both categories from the Barbie soundtrack. Kind of saw that one coming. Billie's just a Grammy darling, man. She can do anything to get through, but she's so great. Not a big deal. Record of the Year, biggest surprise for me, easily. Victoria Monet's On My Mama, which is a great song, but I just did not see this Victoria Monet come up happening to get nominated for Record of the Year. Very exciting. Good for her. This is quite the come up from someone who really, came into her own as a friend and songwriter for Ariana Grande, and I think made a lot of noise this year with Jaguar 2 and that lead single On My Mama. So that one's pretty cool. Did not see that one coming. Dua Lipa, Song of the Year, Dance the Night, also off the Barbie soundtrack. A lot of momentum for that for sure. Lana Del Rey, A&W, pretty solid field. Can't really complain about it too much. However, Best New Artist. This is where I have some notes. So let's talk about who did get nominated. Coco Jones, Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Noah Kahan, Victoria Monet, and The War and Treaty. So, again, Victoria Monet didn't quite see that one coming. A really nice come up for her. And the fact that she has a, Record of the Year nomination, maybe she could win this Best New Artist category, which again, I don't think anyone was thinking about last week. Jelly Roll, I get it. Cool for him breaking through into the mainstream at such an old age. It's cool. Ice Spice, knew that was coming. Coco Jones knew that was coming. Noah Kahan knew that was coming. Fred Again, I acknowledged him last week. Wasn't necessarily sure if it would happen. He's not super new per se, but his breakthrough is more new. It's a great nomination. It's a real finger on the pulse thing. He's basically the face of EDM right now. Really cool. Here's the problem, though. We don't have Peso Pluma in this category. We don't have Pink Panthers in this category. Those two were layups. Pink Panthers, arguably the most interesting person in dance pop right now. Peso Pluma with Corridos Tumbados out of Mexico, the hottest artist in the Latin scene, taking over the whole globe. These are two layups, and they missed them. Really baffling. Bailey Zimmerman is not here. He is a rapidly rising country star. I'm not even a country fan, but Bailey Zimmerman's gonna be huge. Another miss. And then no K-pop here, especially New Jeans. Where is New Jeans? New Jeans have only been around less than a year and a half, and every time they make music, it is a hit, not only in Asia, but also in the United States. They're taking over TikTok. They're rapidly rising. Look at what happened when they played Lollapalooza this summer. Their very first performance in the United States. They dominated. It's just kind of stupid that the Grammys continue to not have K-pop in Best New Artist. I'm not saying you need to put everyone who's new in there. There's tons of technically people you could pick. But once in a while, something comes up that should be in there. But Blackpink never got nominated for Best New Artist. BTS never got nominated for Best New Artist. Now, K-pop is incredibly global, and still, It's not happening. New Jeans is clearly the ascendant act that would have made perfect sense in this category. I'm very disappointed, even if I'm not that surprised. Kind of going through the rest of the categories. Pop solo performance, this one's pretty strong. You have the Billy song, Miley, Olivia, Taylor, and then what else could sneak in there? Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red. Of course, the Doja album will be eligible at the next Grammys, but Paint the Town Red, its lead single, was this Grammy term. Big fan of that song. It's a great song. Happy to see it recognized. And of course, will not be winning. Pop vocal album. I was curious how this one would, play out. You have Miley, Olivia, and Taylor as expected. And then you also have Ed Sheeran's Subtract and Kelly Clarkson's Chemistry. Bit interesting with that. Dance electronic recording. Honestly, really love how this one went. You have Apex Twin. Then you have Disclosures, higher than ever before. James Blake's Loading. Rami and Fred Again, Strong. And Skrillex, Fred Again, Flow Dance, Rumble. That's pretty stacked. Really like that one. Honestly, anyone could win it. Best Pop Dance Recording. I'm also very excited about this one, primarily because Troye Sivan is nominated for Rush, the lead single from his album that will be eligible next Grammy period. One of the best singles of the year, an amazing song. Honestly, the best song Troy's ever made, in my opinion. I mentioned it last week. I was really hoping Troye Sivan would get recognized for Rush. Not even expecting him to win, but that's a really awesome recognition. And that kind of recognition is awesome when you level up as an artist and come into your own the way he did this year. The fact that he got that Grammy nom, I think, is a really cool gesture. Dance electronic music album. You have James Blake. You have Fred Again. You have Skrillex. Really cool that Fred Again's Actual Life 3 is there. That would be my pick. I really hope he can win. Honestly, best rock album, better than normal, to be honest. You have Foo Fighters, Paramore, Metallica, Greta Van Fleet, and Queens of the Stone Age. We've seen worse. Best alternative music album, kind of the same story. Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, Gorillaz, Lana Del Rey, and PJ Harvey. Again, we've seen worse. Best progressive R&B album, SZA, Janelle Monáe, but also the Diddy album that recently came out. Did not see that one coming. Shout out Diddy. Really kind of unexpected for me. Best R&B album, though, pretty stacked. Babyface, Coco Jones, Emily King, Summer Walker, Victoria Monet. Best rap performance, Baby Keem, Kendrick, The Hillbillies. I thought that one was pretty obvious given Kendrick's Grammy chokehold. Black Thought's Love Letter. Coi Leray's Players, which, some people really dislike Coi's sampling heavy artistry. Honestly, I'm okay with this. I think that's a big hit, but also a pretty cool use of a sample. I'm with it. Drake and 21 Savage's Rich Flex. And then kind of unexpected for me, Killer Mike, Scientists and Engineers, featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Erica Allen Kane. They always have some old heads in here nowadays. Killer Mike getting through with the solo album he had earlier this year. Interesting. Melodic rap performance. Very happy about this one. Burna Boy and 21 Savage's Sitting on Top of the World from Burna Boy's album is here. That song is so damn good. I was not expecting a nomination for it, considering it's not even in a genre category for African artists. It's not the Afrobeats global music type category. No, it's a melodic rap performance for Burna Boy and 21. Love it. Also, Doja Cat's Attention, Drake and 21 Spin About You. Did not expect that one. SZA's Low, and Dirk and J. Cole's All My Life. Strong category for sure. Best rap song, I'd say this one's less strong. You have the Killer Mike song, Scientists and Engineers again. You have Drake and 21's Rich Flex, Doja Cat's Attention. And then we have Lil Uzi Vert's Just Wanna Rock, and Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice, and Aqua's Barbie World. The Barbie World one puzzles me, because that's barely a new song. It's just some verses on Barbie Girl from Aqua, from 25 years ago. I don't know about that one, even if it's a pretty solid remix. And then Just Wanna Rock, big hit. Obviously the dance, people know it. Monster hit. I just never really liked it. I never thought it was that good of a song, to be honest. So, not a fan of the nom. Best rap album, pretty good. You have Drake and 21's Her Loss, as expected. Again, Drake had, in fact, submitted this for the Grammys, despite his previous comments. Metro Boomin's Heroes and Villains, Travis Scott's Utopia. We knew those three would be in there. And then Killer Mike's Michael. Could tell how that was going, based off his other noms. And then Nas's King Disease 3. Nas has won this before, recently, with King's Disease, his first win after all this time. So I was kind of expecting him to get recognized for this or Magic 2, so pretty cool. So notably, on the country side, again, I'm not even a country fan, but Zach Bryan and Morgan Wallen did not break through to the big categories that I recently went over. They did get nominated in some of the country categories. Funny enough, Wallen's only nomination is Best Country Song for Last Night, but he did not actually write that song, so he's not actually technically nominated. Funny enough. Morgan Wallen, like him or hate him, he's certainly polarizing, as we know. He's the biggest artist of the year in the U.S., and yet pretty much underrecognized. Back to Best New Artist, the Peso Pluma miss really stands out because the Grammys know who Peso Pluma is. He's nominated for Musica Mexicana album for his album Genesis from earlier this year, so it's not like he got blanked completely, which just makes it so weird that he was, in fact, not recognized in Best New Artist when it made so much sense. African music performance, you have Burna Boy's City Boys, so between that and Sitting on Top of the World, my two favorite songs off the Burna Boy album are both recognized in different categories. Pretty happy about that. Of course, that album is also in Global Music Album. And yeah, that about does it. Again, check the full nominations list. There's many other categories, but nothing too surprising for me at the top. The biggest surprise is how Best New Artist went, where they made some good picks and made some baffling omissions. I think rap, pretty solid all this time around. We don't have a DJ Khaled nomination, thankfully, you know. Obviously, then we have our gripes, but let me know, how did you feel about the Grammy nominations? Who were you pulling for? Did you get what you wanted? Did you have the nominations come through that you were pulling for? Let me know, good or bad, and how you feel about the nominations overall. And of course, make sure you subscribe because I'll be doing my Grammy predictions next year in the lead up to the 2024 Grammys. And for more Grammys as well as Oscars and Emmys, awards talk, music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.